Thank you, Mr. Chair. Secretary Herbosa, good morning. Malaking
Morning.
disgrasya, actually malaking disaster sa isang pamilya kung magkasakit yung magulang o yung mga anak nila. Based on the data, umaabot ng 40% ng kinikita ng isang manggagawa yung ginagastos nila pag na-ospital yung kapamilya nila. Kaya nga pinasa ng Kongreso ang Universal Healthcare Act para matugunan itong problemang ito. When could you say that the DOH will be able to report to Congress? Kasi kami po ang nagsasabatas pero ang Executive Department ang nag-i-implement. Kailan niyo po masasabi sa amin na magiging fully operational ang Universal Healthcare Law?
Meron tayong parameters, Mr. Chair, of when a country can be classified as having womb-to-tomb care. Kasi yun naman ang goal nun, yung mula panganak hanggang mamatay ka, aalagaan ka ng Estado. And some countries like the UK, yung NHS service nila, nagawa ito, pero ngayon, na-overburden din. Yung Canada, yung mga Scandinavian countries. So it's talagang evolving. Ang parameters po, Mr. Chair, is that at least yung out-of-pocket expenses ng citizens bumaba to only 20%. Ngayon po, nasa 60% pa ang sa Filipino according to the PIDS studies. I'm hoping na kahit pagbaba ko in 3 years, mapababa ko yung, maakyat ko yung government side, government expenditure to up to 70%. Nasa 41 pa lang po tayo. And we can do this by increasing PhilHealth reimbursements, increase yung mga pay rates nila, increasing the budget of DOH. Sabi ko nga, sana hindi kami pangatlo, baka pangalawa. Kasi di ba, in any country naman, what is most important is education and the health of its people. So hopefully, with the help of Congress, ma-increase ko yung budget. I think if we increase the budget, our doctors and healthcare workers will be ready to implement universal health program for all Filipinos. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Well, ang tanong ko po ay hindi naman hope, kundi a specific goal. Does the DOH have any 1-year, 3-year, 5-year plan or targets to bring that figure down from what you mentioned of 60% to 20%? Kailan makakaasa ang ordinaryong Pilipino na talagang bababa ang kanilang ginagastos pag sila ay nagkakasakit?
Tama po yan. Actually, Mr. Chair, ang alam ko, after 10 years, dapat magkaroon ng oversight or review. 6 years. So this is our 6th year of implementation. Although alam nyo naman na pinasa natin ng UHC 2019 at yung IRR niya na pirmahan ng October. Yung batas, February. Yung IRR, October. Pagdating ng March of 2020, na lockdown po tayo at lahat ng pera natin na gastos natin sa COVID-19. Napalift ko lang yan in 2023 after I became secretary. And of course, ako nga yung secretary ngayon na nag-i-implement ng batas na napasa noong 2019 pa. So nawalan ako ng 3 taon to the implement. But we've done very well. Ako in the 2 years that we've tried to fix this without the emergency, happy ako sa results namin. But we are really happy to be reviewed on the implementation because I think oversight is also the role of Congress in terms of how a law is being implemented. So I think may committee, is that right? It's called the Congressional Oversight Committee, which I think has to happen. And then questions like this, like the questions of our honorable congressman, will be actually the ones that we will have to answer and then give a detailed plan. As of now, the detailed plan of implementation is the DOH plan because my guide po, Mr. Chair, is really to implement the UHC law as Secretary of Health. So yung present ko, if you notice, is all very heavy on correcting equity, affordability, and access. So yun yung principles ng universal health care. Thank you, Mr.
Kaya ako po tinatanong yan, Secretary Herbosa, dahil nung tinitingnan ko yung inyong presentation, I didn't see any numbers. I didn't even see a mention of the universal healthcare law. But I would hope that in succeeding years, you could tell Congress how much lower the cost of hospitalization and medication, in effect, will happen for the ordinary Filipino.